So today we're going to work on the dual caliper handbrake kit. I got to machine the bracket. First I have to design it to hold the second caliper from stock, and then CNC machine the bracket on the Brother CNC milling machine and install it, bleed it, get it all dialed in so I can have one finger on the clutch and one on the handbrake. Because when I'm busting combos, I have to have a one finger handbrake. That's why I designed it 10 or 12, 13, I don't know, a long time ago because I'm old. So I can do the stand-up scrapes, hit it with the U-turns, hit it with squares, diamonds, precision stalls, all kinds of tricks that require the clutch to be pulled in while working the handbrake at the same time. I want to throw some footage of each one of those tricks I just mentioned. Got to dig through some footage to find the clips, but it's going to be sick. And then, all right, that'll work. Maybe we'll see. We're working on the dual caliper bracket so I can have a handbrake that I can control from the handlebars. So my feet are off the foot pegs, so I'm standing on the seat or over the front or on the stunt pegs. I can still work the back brake because that's pretty crucial for doing the combos and circle wheelies and everything. So I take the stock bracket, duplicate that on the solid model here, and then I add this material to hold the second caliper. So I got the regular stock foot brake going right here, and the second caliper going right here. And then I put the lever underneath the clutch lever on the handlebars, and I have two back brake systems, one with the foot brake and one with the handbrake. Once I get it designed, I can come in here and program the part, what tools to use, how fast to go, how deep to cut, and everything else. I have to design every tool path to cut the aluminum block out. I'm going to turn the 20-pound block into about 1-pound block when I cut this out. Taking a lot of metal off this thing, and I can simulate it. It shows each cutter. I got to poke some holes first to clear out some material for the next tool to come through, and then rough it out. I can come in here and speed it all up. Look at it, take that metal right out of there, turn it into shavings, and that's how it's going to do in the machine. But I have a lot of programming to do. That's just the first part of one side, and I still have to do the back side, and then a fixture to hold it. Alright, it's time to put on the dual caliper bracket. First thing I need to do, change out the stock bracket for the bracket that I designed and machined to hold the second caliper. So let's get started. First thing I'm going to do is just take out the brake pads. Makes it a little easier to work with. Got some tools already out ready to go. Factory pads over there, piece of cake. And it's good to crack these Allen bolts while it's already on here. Get that one loose. Now I gotta get the axle loose. Use my favorite tool. Axle off. Supermoto wheel, I noticed is a tight squeeze between here and there to the caliper. It's a little different than the stock one, but this kit is designed to fit stock also. But watch, it starts to hit the rim because it's so wide, the caliper. So I just slid it back with it and it's out. Boom. Now we just got to get the stock caliper off. They slide out on these pins. No more stock caliper. There we go. We need that little rubber booty, little dust cover, and we're gonna need this pin on the other bracket. So I'll just crack that off. Now it's time, while I'm spinning this out, time to get me the double caliper bracket that I just machined. Still in the vise. Oh yeah. So I duplicated the stock one and added this to hold the second caliper. We gotta put that stock caliper pin in there. And this is ready to go in. Gotta get the brake pad clip somewhere. There's that bad boy.
A few moments later.
There it is. Popped it out. Here it is. the stock brake pad clip, just it's like an anti-vibration clip. Pop that in. Now this bracket is ready to go in. Just like that. We just got to work with the wheel clearance. So I'm going to put the wheel in place as much as I can, and then slide this guy in there. There we go. Tight little squeeze with these Supermoto wheels. Alright, we got it going. Just got to get the axle through, line it up, make sure it's good to go on this side. Looks like it's good. Just got to line this up a little bit better. There we go. Tension the chain later. And then you pop the stock caliper bracket back on. I think I'm gonna have to do this while it's off. Get that rotor out of the way. There we go. Rotor out of the way, no problem. Line up my little axle block again. Okay, now that's on there. Make sure everything slides good. Plenty of action for the brake pads. And you gotta get the stock pads back in. They should just click right back in. Uh-oh, I see I just forgot something. Better put this little dust cover back in there. Could happen, good thing you got a video to watch so that it doesn't happen to you. These out of my way again. Pop that out again. This little guy. Little dust cover to keep dirt and everything from getting inside of that caliper pin. Alright, there we go. Go again. Got to make sure it's in the groove. There's a groove it slides on the swing arm there. There we go. Alright, line up the axle on the other side. There we go. Alright, back to where we were a second ago. Brake pads. So the stock foot brake is back together. Didn't take too long to swap out that bracket, and then you're ready to install the dual caliper handbrake bracket. And that's where the money's at. All the combos come from. Boom, there it is there. Make sure you got a little gap for the rotor to go in. Should be there. They come stock like that. Pop some screws in. $13mm on this one. Now I got a second caliper for the handbrake. Tighten it up. There it is there. Boom. Got a foot brake. I'm gonna test it. Good to go. I got the handbrake. Now I need to run a line to a master cylinder on the handlebars. That is a little more complicated because I like to route the line nowhere near the exhaust. Got to figure out where to put it on this bike. I've never worked on the Cowie. Let me grab a line. There we go. Goes right here. Brass washer on each side of the line. The crush washers. One on each side. Keep the fluid from leaking out. Stiff little guy. And I put the bent side on the caliper right here, so there's plenty of room for clearance. See how there's a slight bend right there? The other side's straight to go up at the master. I'm just gonna leave it snug for now, since I have to route it all. But this side is straight, and that side's bent. Now we gotta route it. Well, I know I'm gonna follow this brake line. After that, I like to take it away from the exhaust up to the handlebars. So it's right next to the stock foot brake line. I got the pipe right here. So I'm gonna try to keep it away from the pipe. Keep it up back behind the motor mount, up along the frame. And then, I see a spot right here inside the frame. Another spot by the clutch cable, or the wiring harness. There's like the stock wiring loom right here. Boom. Now, ready for the Handmaster. Give me a little HC1 out. Lots of them in stock for the same day shipping. All right, this is for front brake because this is some type of clutch. So this is a clutch switch, so the bike doesn't start when you got the clutch pulled in. Don't need it for this application, so you got to spin that little Allen out and get it out of here. That's a tiny little Allen. Not a 1.5. Try this guy. 2, maybe. Oh yeah. Don't need that switch, no clutch switch, so the bike doesn't start when the clutch is out on a factory bike. This thing's super long. I know I don't need all that. I got to chop them here for sure. I never let it stick out that far, because then if you drop the bike, they just break. What do we got here? 4 mil. Still got the stock lever and all these switches. Something's gonna have to go. I'm gonna have to get a easy pull MSR clutch lever so I can pull it with one finger. I like to use 1-in-1 always. Phillips. We'll get all this situated after I put the master in. See how it looks, but this needs to go out of the way. I know that. That doesn't look like it's gonna be in a good spot. That's right where the master has to go. New bikes with the fuel injection. Got extra switches. Okay. Looks like it's getting in the way of the brake or the clutch cable. It's gonna be a tight squeeze, no doubt about that. With this factory clutch, it's just giant. With this adjuster on here, yeah, that's not gonna work too good. Might have to get a clutch lever to get this on there. Last bike I built was that KTM with the hydraulic clutch. Didn't need a lever because I couldn't change it. Come on, get started back in there. All right, so I'm hooked up to the handlebars now, and it's right in the way. I want it to be right here. This factory clutch giant thing right here is all up in my business. Let's see what's going on here underneath this bad boy. Without the dust cover, it sure opens up a lot of space, but I know it's gonna be tight. Pull with the one finger. I chop this, chop that, so I can stack it. I'm always got one finger on the clutch, one finger on the brake. We'll just snug this up for now. There we go. Could work. I'm gonna bump this in as far as I can. Oh yeah. See, it hits my knuckle. Gotta be pulled out. Other than that, it's getting pretty close, and it needs to be pushed in. You don't want anything sticking out if you drop the bike. So that's why I cut this off. I add a bar end to here, cut that, and then the bike, I can drop it all over the place and never have a problem. So it's almost time to start cutting stuff. I actually have a different clutch lever I might put on. Just a nice matchy green one, but it really needs the whole assembly. Like I used to use MSR Pro Raptor Easy Pull clutch on my other bike. Brake line's right here. So we gotta attach some things, cut some things, and bleed it out, and I'll have a double caliper handbrake. All right, I was able to get the one finger clutch mounted up. Got the MSR Pro Raptor copy. That's what I'm used to running, is the MSR Pro Raptor, but this one's a CNC machine, probably a little stronger. Feels pretty good. Everything all mounted, the switches. Put the bar ends on, I'll show you that in the next video. But it's all about getting the position to where you're comfortable. I like to go one finger, and then I work the back brake, clutch is in, pull the back brake, do a U-turn or a stall, spin or diamond, but it's ready to go.